What's up guys? Today we're going to be ranking every legend from worst to best. The way I'll be ranking them will be based off of what the meta is currently in season 27 and what legends I think will help you gain the most RP. I hope you enjoy. Coming in first at the worst legend, if you want to win, we have Vantage. And I already know some of you guys are gonna be like, but Keon, Vantage has movement and can get openers. Well, yes, she does have movement, and movement is extremely important in Apex for staying alive, especially in ranked. Vantage has a massive hitbox, and every time you use her Echo tactical ability, there's a very high chance of death because you're literally a flying meatball. And don't even get me started with her ult literally just being a sniper. You could instead just use any long range gun in the game and do the exact same amount of damage in the same amount of time. And that is why Vantage gets the worst spot on this list. And second to last on this list, we have Catalyst. Cat used to be a very strong legend in high tier lobbies before the perk system came out, mainly because her perks just sucked compared to the perks that the other legends got given. This has made Cat very lackluster in the game, excluding maybe the ends of match days in ALGS. Her abilities don't really do enough unless there are 15 teams alive in a small zone and you're holding people out of a building, or cutting a slice of the zone to isolate your team from the lobby, which doesn't really happen in ranked or pubs anymore. And lastly, she's just easily countered with nades or shooting through a wall, very outdated and needs a buff badly. Rampart is next on the list, and yes, I know Rampart just got a massive buff, but her kit is just very weak unless being played center zone in a lobby where there is a ton of teams alive. And unfortunately, this just doesn't happen in ranked or pubs very often anymore because everyone fights instantly, which means 95% of the time you're not going to get value from her abilities. Now, if your lobbies are different than mine and they're very competitive with tons of teams alive, then Rampart would skyrocket up on this list. But pred lobbies is what I'm basing this off of, and there is always less than 10 teams round one, so Rampart just isn't really the pick. Fuse comes in next at 24 because similarly to Rampart, Fuse is extremely strong to bleed and bully enemies when lobbies have a ton of people alive and they're playing cover or behind wall abilities. But unless you're playing ALGS, this character doesn't provide a lot in ranked when everyone has all the space they want and are spamming movement abilities, and that's why I have him so low on the list. Quickly hopping over to Watson in 23rd, and she is a strong character in competitive lobbies, but outside of ALGS, she's not the meta, mainly because she doesn't provide enough when enemy teams have all the space they can play in ranked without being punished. Her abilities have been buffed a lot recently with the perk system, so they do delay fights, but it's not enough to be higher on the list, mainly because she gets rolled over in ranked. Coming in 22nd is Octane. Octane is going to be quick because he does have movement, but his kit sacrifices health for slightly faster movement speed. And the pad is essentially Vantage's jump, where every time you use it, there's an extreme chance of death. His kit doesn't give kill potential or reset potential, and that's why he's so low on my list. Coming in at 21st is Bloodhound. Now, just because he comes in at 21st doesn't mean you shouldn't play him. Bloodhound does have good abilities for rank. Honestly, the reason he's this low is mainly because his cooldowns are way too long for his abilities. And with the removal of the accelerator hop up, getting ult back still takes way too long. When he gets a buff to his ability cooldowns, he will definitely jump up on the list. I put Seer in 20th. Seer did just recently get some big buffs, so he isn't a bad legend to pick right now because of his ability to spam wall hacks. I just don't think he helps the team reset or is able to get out in the current meta with how bad the third parties are. Also, Valk is so strong with scanning, it moves Seer down on the list because you don't need another recon legend to scan when Valk is the way she is. Ballistic makes it to 19th. Ballistic just got nerfed a ton from Ballistic meta, thank goodness, but his kit still isn't terrible because his Whistler is free damage and stops the enemy from shooting back, which is very strong in a first-person shooter. But he comes in at 19th because while he can help you win 3v3s at a high percentage, his ult cooldown is long. That paired with the removal of the accelerator amp makes it even worse. So after a fight, he won't help you reset, move to a position against the inevitable third parties, and he won't have a new ult to help win the next fight either. Next, we have Ashe. Ashe was the best legend in the game a couple months ago, but she has received pretty massive nerfs that took away the double dash with essentially doubling the cooldown of it, decreased the tether strength, and removed double ult while also increasing the cooldown of the ult. The devs pretty much gutted the character we knew 2 months ago, but she can still be played somehow. I don't really know how, I just don't think she is good enough to come any higher on the list, or should she be proud over any of the legends that come next. And in 17th, we have Crypto. Crypto is insane for team play and ranked. Now, for most people, they aren't going to play great Crypto, but he is one of the best fighting legends in the game when timing his EMP correctly. And yes, I know he can't get out if he's the last one alive, but he can go invisible and insta reset his teammates on respawn beacons, which will save so many ranked games and also help when the insane third parties happen. Mirage comes in at 16th, mainly because support characters are so strong in ranked for resetting, and I know he doesn't have kill abilities or runaway abilities other than his ult maybe, but he has a factor of just flipping fights in your favor when you're at a disadvantage, and that's why he made it as far as he did on the list. Next, at 15th, we have Loba. And at this point, I think personal preference comes in, and majority of legends here on out can be swapped around until about the top 3. Loba gets 2 tacticals, which provided speed boost on blue. This makes Loba very strong for repositioning, wide swinging, and running away. She gets a 4-second revive, and mobile respawns on Crafter since she is support, which allow for more consistent resets and more consistent games. At 14th, we have Horizon. Horizon has just received a buff to her ult, giving it more health, which makes it harder to destroy, and also a glide or fall faster perk gives her more mobility in the air, allowing for some really fun plays and outplay potential. Right now, she is really good for fighting by taking high ground or singling out enemies with her ult. I just don't think she will be any higher on the list until you can shoot accurately in her gravity lift again. Next, we have Conduit. Conduit is a support legend that benefits from the faster revives, support bins, and mobile respawns when crafting banners, but she also provides the third best support ability in the game for winning fights with her tactical shield charge, which essentially is just throwing batteries at your teammates mid-fight, giving your team instantly more health faster than the enemy team, which almost always gives you the upper hand in every fight. Definitely could be higher on the list, but she secures a great spot at 13. Maggie comes in at number 12. Maggie has the kill button, and that's why she is so high on the list. She can secure a ton of opening knocks with her drill and her ball. Wrecking ball is an instant fight win if used correctly, and her kit just allows for ending fights quickly and bullying everyone in your path. She also has very low ability cooldowns, which are good for fighting off third parties. Only downside is no movement or reset potential. Pathfinder comes in just outside the top 10. Path can hit UAV beacons, which reduces ult cooldown. He has a ton of movement for himself with the grapple and can reposition or reset his teams with ziplines. I think Path is super strong this season because of the rotation of maps being Broken Moon, Olympus, and World's Edge, and just how the ziplines help you cross all of the open areas on those maps. And now we're in the top 10. Rev takes that number 10 spot. Everyone will agree that Rev is a favorite for ranked, with his ability to leap around every 12 seconds and secure wins in fights with his overshield. This makes Rev one of the best picks because of the ability to get in, win, and get out of situations. Moving on to number 9. Newcastle. Newcastle has all of the support perks, a faster mobile revive, tactical on a low cooldown that saves yourself and teammates, and an ult that gives him mobility for fights, slamming on people to high ground or to escape. Newcastle is one of the most well-rounded legends in the game. He gives a lot to his team and makes it very hard for your team to die. And we have Bangalore with the number 8 spot. Bang provides a little bit of everything. Potential to kill and take space with their ult, aggression, and ability to win 1v1s with their assault class perks, giving speed boosts and handling boosts on cracks, double time to escape or play life in every scenario. And with her perks, Bang becomes a very good reset character if you select the faster revive, and smoke heals team while inside. Overall, this legend provides a high level of consistency in Apex. Gibby takes the number 7 spot. Support characters are just so good in ranked because of the support class perks. Gibby is no different either. He has a full save bubble that protects your team, a gun shield to win almost every long range peek, and a Gibby ult to kill teams or hold them off of your position. He doesn't have escapability, but usually Gibby is paired with 2 movement legends for some consistent RP. Alter comes in just outside of the top 5 at number 6. She is extremely strong in ranked because of quick momentum based team rotations with her tactical and the ability to get out of every situation with her ult. She's had a couple nerfs recently, but once she has that speed boost purple perk, it's a game changer. And we are into the top 5 with Sparrow. I put Sparrow in the top 5 because of his ability to instantly hit UAVs from anywhere. This allows you to always make the right decision before deciding to rotate or fight. He helps create a consistency to RP that most legends don't offer. At number 4, we have Lifeline. Lifeline is the best support character in ranked because of the ability to res both teammates and fight at the same time, constantly be healing teammates during fights with her drone, and the end game win potential with her ult to force enemy teams to fight each other. S tier legend for RP. At number 3, we have Wraith. Wraith has really fast cooldowns on her abilities and is insane for rotating, resetting, and angling out opponents. She is an S tier playmaking character that can play overly aggressive and can also stay alive doing it. I almost always have a Wraith on my squad because of the clutch factor she brings to the table. I definitely recommend it for you guys. We're down to the final 2 and we have Caustic. I don't have to say much about Caustic. I think everyone knows how strong he is currently. Caustics refuse to die when they have their areas set up. His gas is super oppressive and almost impossible to push against unless he is literally just a solo. If your style is to go to zone and gain RP, definitely have a Caustic on the squad. Finally, at the number 1 spot for season 27, we have Valk. Valkyrie just received a huge buff to her kit through the perk system, picking the double ult upgrades. This is how you succeed in ranked right now. Just ult on cooldown, punish anyone that is split with the missiles while landing, and rotating the zones for better spots. With Valk right now, you can catch anyone trying to run away from you, or you can run yourself from losing fights to reset. She's the most consistent way to play the game right now in ranked.